Welcome back to the Freemilesmc, and I'm here today with the Royal Enfield Interceptor, and we are going to explore Bosnia off the beaten path over the Trans-Europe Trail and see if you can do the Trans-Europe Trail with a motorcycle like this. The Royal Enfield Interceptor just has a 18-inch front wheel, so a bit better than a normal street bike, but apart from that, pretty close. And we're going to see if we can do it. And for that, one thing needs to be done. We need to take out the ABS fuse so we can properly brake downhill. So let's go and then get on the road to the TET here in Bosnia. After it being yesterday around 12 degrees, it's properly warm today. Probably the warmest day of the trip. So let's make our way to the gas station to get some gas for the day. As we almost ran out of gas the last episode. Yeah, I'm really curious about the Trans-Europe Trail today here in Bosnia. And it also said on the map of the Trans-Europe Trail that we will encounter some more challenging terrain, actually. So I'm really curious about that. I feel like the Trans-Europe Trail kind of is the most beautiful way to explore this country, is to just get to see the most of the very beautiful nature. Here we go, let's get some gas and make our way to the TET. So we now made it onto the TET and we're faced with our first little challenge, this really steep downhill slope. Because this is... whoops, but we can do it. Wow, is this steep downhill. Oh. It's getting properly rough in here. Hopefully the Interceptor can handle this. The description didn't promise too much. It's really not as easy as yesterday. And I already saw two guys on gas machines. Oh shit, and now this is combined with mud. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If anything comes that we cannot manage, behind this we cannot turn around, because that is literally the limit of the bike. Mud. Okay, the TET one wants us to go there. Okay. Can almost not stop the bike anymore. Okay, let's zoom in a bit. Exactly. Shit. Good that we didn't move in any further, because we already took a wrong turn. For fuck's sake. Can we, I don't know. Move deeper through here? Shit. Okay. And one more time. Okay. Whew. You can see how the bike is just slipping backwards. Okay, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You almost got it. Fuck. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And apparently this is where the navigation originally wanted us to go. Fucking hell. You can see how much wheel spin that was up here. Okay. Ooh, ooh. Very steep height differences. I just made a big step into nothing. Okay. Let's roll down this mountain here. Okay. Seems like we got it. Yeah, really. And we have zero direction. Really look out where you're going on the TET. Because everything beside the beaten path can get really hard to get out of. At this point I actually wanted to talk about one of my cameras doesn't work anymore because it melted in the last episode. And if any one of you has a camera to sell here in Bosnia or Serbia, I would much appreciate, and to anyone else I would really appreciate you guys subscribing. There was a bit of a tougher bit, but we made it. What a beautiful landscape though, I definitely have to give Bosnia that. Yeah, and there you basically see that is the disadvantage of a big bike like this, all the weight. Because that was still quite manageable, but like as soon as the bike then drops and you have to lift it up the hill, then you feel all the 220 kilos. So back to road, and where does the trail lead us next? Because to anyone's info, the Trans-Europe Trail is not constant off-road. It's basically like road and then in between the most amount of off-road you can basically do. And I have to admit, those moments where you think, oh fuck, this is now the moment where I'm almost stuck and it's pretty close to me needing help, those are always the unnicest moments. So I've been driving through this landscape here, and the landscape is very beautiful, but one thing that I'm noticing is that you all over the place the left behind houses that are completely destroyed, and one thing that you see every time you drive past a big amount of houses like this, you see something like this here. And I don't know, that's most likely the people that have lived here. And that really has quite a dark aura to it, because you kind of see the numbers where they, like the years where they're born are very different, but like the years where they all die, all the same. Here you have World War II, like everything between 1941 and 1944. Then you once have here in the middle the 90s, from 1990 all the way up to 1995. Don't have internet here to Google the historic background and cannot translate the language, but like witnessing this like this, and also we now drove through many houses that were like completely destroyed, and witnessing this stuff is kind of like you feel the pressing feeling of it. Yeah, Bosnia seems to have a really tough history. And you know, this is here what I meant. You have this for kilometers on end, that you have either really old hoses completely destroyed or then some modern ones. Even though the landscape is incredibly beautiful and you can see forever into the distance, you really often have that you see those traces of the Yugoslavian war. And especially when you then drive past the graveyards in the same village, always quite depressing. And the thing is, like, they're not like graveyards that are like in some city where the people that normally live here are probably laying, but like they're out in the middle of nowhere next to the Trans-Europe Trail where you have no service. So yeah, it's probably people who died in the Yugoslavian war, and in some cases also the Second World War. Really tough that like in that short amount of time 2 generations of Bosnian people had to endure that. Well, that situation just now was a bit scary. I was just driving over the Trans-Europe Trail in my chill, normal pace, and all of a sudden a wild dog came out of nowhere and really was quite aggressive. And then his 3 other friends all of a sudden were there too, and they tried to run after the motorbike, and it was like a bit of challenging terrain, and they seemed like they really were after me, so I had to accelerate out of that one, and it led to a bit mixed situation of going as fast as the dogs don't get after me, but the problem is they were quite quick runners and didn't take a straight road. They were running across the field and stuff, but not going so fast that I risk like crashing and then the dogs getting to me. And yeah, that just got my heart rate pumping a bit. But it also means that the Royal Enfield Interceptor can, it can also do a bit of a quicker pace. Wow. That is incredible. Wow. That is so beautiful, but that also looks quite challenging. Is there another route? You can see here on the navigation, app, it says challenging, and that there is an alternative road, but that alternative road ends about here. So this is the only one. I guess we're going to do this then. Maybe you cannot notice on the camera, but this is incredibly steep downhill. Well, what does incredible steep downhill mean? Like, it gets difficult to walk, and yeah, you could lay quite a fast pace on a snowboard if there would be snow. Oh, okay. The view is very beautiful though. Wow. Okay, so let's continue down this mountain road here. But I would say so far we're managing. Wow, this is steep. Oy, 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 oy. Okay, let's get up. Good that we took out the ABS fuse. I'm really happy if we managed to get through here without dropping the bike, to be honest. I'm basically standing on the brake almost all the time completely. It would be quite manageable if it wouldn't be that incredibly fucking downhill. Okay, rear brake, rear brake. Almost there, almost there. Not down there. Almost there. Okay, we have it a bit more easier here to the side. But just enough, of course, also at the edge where it goes down the fucking mountain. Okay, almost through this part of it. I'm saying not far anymore, but we probably still have like a half an hour of this in front of us. Like if you normally drive on the road, you can just like hug the tank with your legs and get the weight off your wrists like that. Not so much right here. Okay, we can do it, we can do it. We got this, we got this. Fucking hell. I don't know if you can see that to show how steep this is. The trees are going behind us. Okay, come on. We can do it. The rear is blocking and I just cannot stop. The fuck? Come on, stop. Stop. Okay. A short break and then let's get going again. One thing that's specific to the Interceptor, the engine brake is very strong, which is really nice because as soon as you can go quick enough to let the bike roll, you can let the engine help you quite a lot, which is nice. Do I see a normal path? That looks like it. Okay, not far anymore and I've made it. Okay. Fucking hell. Just for a rough idea how steep that shit is. That's how it looks, and you can see my leg is barely touching the ground and here it's completely bent. Okay, like that it was very, very steep. Very happy to be off that now. Now it starts to rain. I mean, we luckily made it in time that we now don't have the rain on top of the mountain, trying to go down. So, after this stuff, I'm absolutely craving some food. So, this looks like a restaurant. I just saw it on the side of the road. Let's check it out. Oh, what a beautiful Yamaha Tenere. Would love to have something like that. How cool.
Lately I've been staring at the dark. Turn my inner demons into art. Struggle with the pain inside my heart. Wish I didn't care about what you want to say. What you want to say. What you want to say. What you want. Say what you want to say. What you want to say. What you want to say. What you want to say.
So we made it to the middle of this lake onto the land tongue and it is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, and I think this is kind of a good completion for the day and we should now start looking for accommodation. And over there behind me you see the Trans-Europe Trail, how it went down the mountain. So you can have a rough estimate of how steep that was.
Lately I've been staring at the dark. Turn my inner demons into art. Struggle with the pain inside my heart. Wish I didn't care about what you want to say. What you want to say.
So we're getting very close to our place to stay for the night, and I have to say our little experiment today, how much of the Trans-Europe Trail the Royal Enfield Interceptor can handle, was quite successful. Of course we had the typical little hiccups that the bike was a bit too heavy, and then of course with the Heidenau K60 Scout tires we had limited traction and almost once got stuck, and very happy that that didn't happen. And yeah, in general an enduro on the Trans-Europe Trail is of course a lot better and more useful, but I have to conclude, if you want to do it, you can do it with a bike like this as well. The day was definitely worth it. We had loads of beautiful views over the lake, we had beautiful views over the Trans-Europe Trail, and I now found this little hostel I'm going to stay at. Hostel is also nice because it's a bit more social. The hostel that I've booked is not here. That's of course unfortunate. Hello. Is this the hostel? Yes. Ah, okay. Okay. Miles. I see. Ah, okay. I was already wondering because the location of the in booking.com says it's over there on the other side of the bridge.
So I now made it to this hostel, and this hostel is really nice because I'm the only guy visiting here. So I have the whole place for myself basically, and yeah, has a nice kitchen, place for me to work, and a whole room for myself with an absolutely gorgeous view. So yeah, really nice, and all that for 30 bucks. One thing has to be said though, the places here that I book always look like really nice, but they're always like surface level really nice in the sense of they look good, but nothing works. The fridge doesn't work. I tried to keep my food cold overnight, that didn't work. The boiler doesn't turn on, so it's only cold showers. And this is now not like one example. This has happened now multiple times. I haven't had like a warm shower in days because all the time the places don't have working boilers. If you like this episode, feel free to subscribe and like and ring the bell, and see you next time.